Okay, what's going on? It is Monday. It is Monday. This is going to seem a little awkward, you know what I'm saying? But Monday is after Sunday. And on Sundays, put to me entertainment, we normally do Sunday sit down. And this is where we kind of slow it down a little bit, give a little bit of God's wisdom. Yes, we are a multi sport platform, but this is where we really like to say, hey, this is the reason why we even exist here. This is why let's give honor where honor is due. So God, we want to talk about you for a little while, on this segment called Sit Down, Sunday Sit Down. So, three people, okay? I want to talk about, let's see. Let's talk about Paul the Apostle, right? That's one, Paul the Apostle. And then we'll talk about King David, right? And then we'll talk about Sean Combs. Paul, King David, and Sean Combs. All right. Had a very, very deep conversation with a couple of people this weekend. And I really wanted to do this because, and trust me, I'm going to go somewhere with this. A little longer than normal, but stick with me. Okay. Paul, apostle, key figure, spread Christianity throughout the Roman Empire, killed Christians, murdered Christians, annihilated Christians, had no love for Christians at all. Writing much of the New Testament. Once again, he was originally a prosecutor of Christians, but experienced a profound conversion to Jesus on the road to Damascus. That was Paul. Okay, feared, hated, everything. Terrible. Then we talk about King David. King David, we all know the story for him, David and Goliath. We know about the adultery that he committed with Bathsheba. However, committing adultery with her and murder of her husband. So he committed adultery with her and he murdered her husband. He sent the husband away to war, okay? But a man after God's own heart, and to this day, churches, I'm all for David. I'm all for David. I have nothing against David. I think a lot of his teachings in the Psalms and I read Psalms and I'm inspired by Psalms. I'm cool. I'm cool with Paul. Even though what he did, I'm cool. And let's talk about Sean Combs. Sean Combs, had physical altercations with his girlfriend, Cassie. I believe that was her name, Cassie. And we saw the video. We know the baby oil and everything else, the wild parties, the perhaps drugging of females, the sex trafficking, traumatizing young women, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you say, why am I mentioning all three of these people in the same sentence, in the same breath? Because as Christians, we sit back and we learn from Paul. We have nothing. Paul killed Christians. Are you a Christian? Paul killed people like you back in the day. David slept with your wife and then sent your husband to the front line of the war and was killed. But David, come on, we read Psalms, we cry on the altar of the Psalms. And all I'm saying is this, the same conversation I had. I'm not overlooking what Sean Combs did. What I'm saying, my argument on this Sunday sit down is about forgiveness. Is about letting God be the one that really judges and rules over someone when they make a bad mistake. And the things that we say about people, like we live in a glass house, like we know stones in the glass house. We know, I'm going to read that also. Like come on, like we are so perfect in our thoughts and minds, but yet we look at Diddy Combs. Let him get his consequences. Whatever he's going to go through what he's going through. But I'm saying Paul killed Christians. Is it because we didn't really see that? Is it because we didn't see videos of him doing that? Probably. Because we didn't see David commit the adultery, and we didn't see David talking to Uriah, the husband, and sending him off to war to die, because we didn't see that probably. And I'll give it up to that. I'm being serious. But on the flip side, what it boils down to is people are so quick to formulate and to judge and to just, even though what Sean Combs did was, we seen it, what he did. All I'm saying is this. When are we going to extend the grace, even though you have to go through, even the young women that he violated? I pray for your minds, for the trauma, for things. But when are we going to extend grace? But we want God's grace on our life. But we don't want to ever extend that grace. I want to talk about that a little bit. Leave your comments and let me know on Sunday sit down. Put Two on Me Entertainment. Why don't we extend grace like God extends to us? But yet we look at people like Paul and King David and we grow. We become better men and women of God from them. Is it because the scene conversion of their lives? What if Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, gets on the camera and then begins to preach the gospel, begins life change, road to Damascus experience? What's going to be our take? I'm sure there were some people that didn't like Paul even after they were still scared. But after the evidence and after the teaching and after the keep going, something people now, churches across, Paul's the pillar. All I'm saying is this. Let's not be quick to always hold something over somebody. Let God be the one to convict, correct, and to direct, not us. Let's extend some grace. You may have to extend grace to somebody around you right now. I don't know. And once again, I was going to read this last thing I'll read. The proverb says, don't throw a stone in a glass house. Means you should not criticize others for faults or weaknesses which you have, which I have. And this is not a pass to say, okay, let Sean Combs or whatever. I'm just saying consequences, yes, but how we think and move, and are we better because we're just moving and not getting caught in things in our minds and what we're looking at? The Bible says, whoever a man looks at a woman, you've committed adultery. How many just committed adultery yesterday? Looking at something that you shouldn't have looked at. Come on, man. To throw a stone in a glass house is to attack a vulnerable structure with a weapon that could easily be used against you, causing damage to yourself. In essence, it's a warning against hypocrisy and a reminder to look at your own flaws before pointing out those of others. Bang.